Hey guys, welcome to the Law Attorneys faction match. We're fighting Demacia versus Piltover here. We had a little bit of a hiccup on the Demacian side, as always. No summoner feeling the real challenge from Piltover, so they just didn't decide to join the game. In factions matches, the bans do not matter. You cannot ban opposing teams' faction champions. So just kind of banning stuff out. The only reason we do draft pick is to A, have the ability to pause the game if something goes wrong, and B, to possibly counterpick opponents. So we are underway. First pick going out to Demacia, and we'll see who they pick. Oh, and with me today is Rainbow Sasha, and I'm Vinny Avis.
Good morning.
It's evening, but we'll work with it. And we do have Vayne picked off. First pick Vayne seems a little iffy for me. Granted, they don't really have any carries.
If we have the same team that we had last week against Noxus, it could benefit. They just rolled face last week.
Yeah, they did do good. Shadow Socks. If you play Quinn anywhere as well as you did last time, I'll allow it. Gouge him and stuff. Get him, Valor. We do see Caitlyn and Blitzcrank being hovered over by Piltover. I want to see some more destructive power from Orianna, Jayce Gate, Shockwave combinations. Oh, Mr. Dragon, dude. You do not know. And I believe it was for it. Was that match that he played Lux top?
Yeah, that was that Lux top that we saw just knocking down Swain, and we do have the Quinn pick being hovered over, which is what I'm excited about right now.
Nah, he's gonna lock it in. Go, Shadow Socks. Gouge him and stuff. He did play, the last time I watched him play in a factions match, he completely annihilated the other team. Quinn's ult does give, I think it's 80, 90, and 100% move speed. Levels 1, 6, and 16, or 1, 6, 11, 16. Wow, I haven't played League of Legends in like 4 days. I apologize. And he literally would just ult mid lane and run bot lane. And the enemy team couldn't do anything. They were just
And
stuck.
I believe he had mobility boots on himself as well, so he did get that. He was faster than the casual bird as well.
I do see Zhao locked in. I wonder if he's gonna jungle or top lane. Who knows? We do see vibing hovered over for Piltover along with Jayce.
So it is going to be that Jayce top and that Vi in the jungle, which is all things you need to just watch out for from Piltover. Is Jayce is just a very, very heavy champion, and he will smack you with a hammer.
I think Zhao would be a decent opponent for Jayce. I mean, he does have the sustain, and he does go all the ham. So, and people that can get to Jayce easily generally have a little bit of Jayce has a problem with. So there is that, and it looks like Janna's being hovered over. I'm gonna go ahead and guess that Janna's going mid lane to try to fight off Quinn.
Unless we see that really weird Blitzcrank jungle that we saw, actually I think it was 3 weeks ago. That was
really
pulled
funny.
out from Piltover, which was really good because no one expected it. They didn't see it coming, and I think they came out with a win on that game.
I believe they did, yeah. You see Jarvan the fourth, king of the league, being hovered over by Cupcake Trap. I call him Cupcake Lord as of yesterday, so we're going to be calling him Cupcake Lord for the rest of the day. We do have Lux getting hovered over, so I'm thinking Quinn might actually top lane, because the Lux isn't for it this game, so there is that. Oh wow, they don't even have a support player. Might be Jarvan support.
Well, it could see Jarvan. It could be Jarvan top lane with Vayne and Lux in the bot lane.
Yeah, that's kind of what I expect. Because I know last time Shadow Socks played, he played mid Quinn, so, and that gave him a lot of map presence that Piltover couldn't really, or the last people they played against couldn't respond to very well. So
I mean, it's not something you see every day. The most you see her in is in that bot lane role in top lane, and I guess it just kind of shook Noxus, and hopefully they play it again this week, and it's gonna scare Janna a bit if she is going for that mid lane.
And so both teams kind of just running a little unorthodox team comp here as far as where they're actually going in the game. We do see Jayce being hovered. I think he's going to be locked in top lane. Jayce Vi is terrifying. By the way, if nobody's ever witnessed the speed gate with Vi ulting through it, it is absolutely terrifying. And Lunar Noctis, one of our players from yesterday, thinks that Jarvan is support. I'm not sure. I could be. It's kind of either or right now. I mean, they do have Zhao and Jarvan. So we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, someone is online. My cameraman not disabling that. I didn't know anybody had that on, actually. And we are getting ready to go into the 3-minute delay. 30-minute delay. So
we'll see you guys in half an hour.
Yeah, we'll be back here in 30 minutes or so. For Demacia, we do have Vayne, Lux, Quinn, Zhao, and Jarvan. Pretty heavy AD. Whereas Piltover does have Jayce, Vi, Janna, Blitzcrank, and Caitlyn. Also pretty heavy in the attack damage area. I mean, they did nerf the hell out of Janna, AP Janna, so see how that goes. We're going into a 3-minute delay. We're going to take a short break here. Possibly cut to a quick song, and we'll get back to you here in a little bit. All right, guys, we are actually in the loading screen. Wait, now we do have pretty interesting teams for both sides, so we should see how this rolls out. It does look like Jarvan is jungling and he's not playing support, guys. I do apologize for everybody who thought Jarvan was support. Not happening today. And Piltover really hasn't had anything new going on over the last month. They've kind of been back and forth. I mean, you have seen a jungle Blitzcrank, Janna support. I haven't seen Janna mid yet. I don't remember if I don't remember if I do. I apologize to whoever's played it. But it's mostly been Caitlyn in the bot lane as opposed to Ezreal. So not a whole lot of changing going on between Piltover. I mean, they run Orianna sometimes here and there, but nothing too out of whack for Piltover. Real quick, we are LOL tourneys, and we've actually partnered up with factions and have decided to shoutcast their matches Thursdays. We did do an emergency shoutcast for Cupcake Trap yesterday, as well as we do tournaments on Sundays, and we do start a new tournament every other Sunday. So if you haven't checked that out, go to lawtourneys.com. Check us out. If you do sign up with a team, you have to be under Plat 5, so Gold 1 is the limit for your Ranked 5s team. You have to be out of the placement matches, and you do need to practice up. A lot of these teams have been playing together for a long time, and they want that Triumphant Rise skin as bad as you do. And we are getting underway here. Blitzcrank actually is the only one on the game with the Biscuiteer and Ward. Kind of surprised Lux didn't grab that. Lux actually starting off with a flask, 1 ward and 1 mana potion, so Demacia is going to be lacking a little bit of sight
the Summoner's Rift
early on here. But normal builds otherwise. I mean, Quinn started out with a flask as well. I think Shadow Sox did that last time. I'm not sure. And Vayne, Zhao, and Jarvan have yet to buy items, so I'm not sure. Oh, they're busy
30 seconds until minions spawn.
doing a little faction-related taunting here. And it looks like nothing too serious going out from the teams here.
And you thought it was just a harmless...
Quinn sitting in the mid lane. Vayne, Jayce, and Janna defending red while Blitzcrank and Caitlyn go defend blue buff here.
Minions have spawned.
You breathless.
And we will be trying to get things underway here. And I'm actually going to... Oh, never mind.
Oh no, I was mentioning that Zhao is currently in the bot lane and we might have that Lux top.
Again with the Lux tops. And the Lux laughs are going out.
So yes.
With the Lux laughs coming out. I'm surprised to see Zhao, the support player for Vayne. Too many Vi's and Vaynes and stuff in this game. Quinn's starting to harass out a little early. Going on here. And RazorCom, being the sweet voice chat program that it is, has notified me that the help just logged on RazorCom. So I'm sure he'll be interrupting us shortly to shoutcast obnoxiously. And I like the Zhao support fighting Blitzcrank. It seems to be a good way to fight off.
Oh, we do have a Blitzcrank grab in the bot lane. Vi coming down for a gank so far, and Zhao is fairly low. He did have to go in a little bit.
The plays! Vibrant and Flash, they do have to rotate. Xin Zhao is not going to be able to get away. Meanwhile, Caitlyn is getting dangerously low, but Vayne is not going to be able to pick that up. That was the plays.
That was actually a lot of on the mention earlier where you spoke about their lack of sight wards, and we do have a sight ward being picked up by him right now. In the top lane, Lux is gonna go down to Jayce's hammer.
Yeah, Jayce getting that early kill onto Lux. Xin Zhao falling early. 2 kills to 0 and almost 1,000 gold lead at the 3-minute 3:45 mark. So Piltover trying to get an early lead. Let's see if Demacia can turn this around and keep with it. Lux has to, I don't know why they would send Lux top against Jayce. If she misses the binding, Jayce just murders her. So that seems to be a problem. And Xin Zhao is going up to ward Dragon there. Still doesn't have a ward on in that tri-bush, and Vayne Vi can just run through Demacia's jungle and gank from the tri-bush. So, and they are pushed out quite a ways without having a whole lot of ward coverage. It frightens me a little bit. And Caitlyn, honestly, she probably could have went back and picked up a couple items. Even now, Vayne is still out farming her. Even with Blitzcrank alive and Xin Zhao dead. Jarvan taking a lot of damage from the jungle, so he's not able to fight.
And in mid lane, Quinn is getting very low. She's going to be auto-attacked to death by the Janna.
Shadow Stocks OP removed from the game.
And Lux in the top lane being ganked from the Vi. The Ignite is out on her. Will she survive?
And the Jayce Gate ball does pick up that kill. Great snipe by Jayce. And Lux is now extremely behind. Jayce is now sending 10 farm ahead and 2 kills onto Lux. Vayne is actually keeping up with Caitlyn other than that first blood. And Quinn fell early to Janna, so.
And she is going to have to pop barrier down in the bot lane. She did get knocked back a bit from the Xin, and the Ignite was placed on her, but she just escaped.
And to answer you, and I have 2 monitors up, so I'm looking at the chat as well. And their Mako, if you go onto leaguefactions.net, you can actually find the champions by faction. And I do believe it's set to where you can copy-paste it into the champion select, and it'll just pull up those champions for you. And these games are played in the North American server along with wall tourneys. And the Help has graced us with his presence today, so should be a very interesting evening. Quinn actually having a hard time fighting Janna in the mid lane. I find that a little surprising. I mean, she does have the shield to stop a little bit of the burst. You see both junglers showing up mid lane. See if anything happens out of here. Pings are coming off. And there's no wards on either side of the mid lane. But I think both mid laners know that the enemy jungle is there.
And we do have this Janna just doing a lot of work on this Quinn in the mid lane, getting really good slows and timing those tornadoes almost perfectly.
Oh, Blitzcrank does land the pull onto Xin Zhao. Xin Zhao does immediately return onto Caitlyn, falling down, and Vayne is forced to just run away. That was... I call shenanigans on that grab. That was just shenanigans. That was some helpful hand
And
grabs.
Quinn in the mid lane is going and doing some damage onto the Janna in reply to what just happened.
And Jarvan is ghosting down into the bot lane. He is going to find Caitlyn very low. He's going to pick her up. And he's going to just run after Blitzcrank here. Out of mana. Blitzcrank and Jarvan are out of mana, so they're just going to walk away from each other. A little confrontation there. Jayce eating a light binding in the top lane. Unfortunately, Lux is out of mana. And Jarvan is nowhere nearby to give her that blue buff, so she's having a difficult time in top lane. Both solo lanes for Demacia are actually having a lot of difficulty. And Lux is unable to use her passive due to Jayce's huge amount of damage he puts out. She can't get close enough to proc that auto attack passive when she lands an ability, so she's having a super difficult time. 30 CS behind now, so
And Quinn in the mid lane is going to just miss on that last little bit of damage to go on to Janna.
We do see Jayce getting pretty low, but does manage to pick up Lux in the tower dive. And Lux actually was kind of a little ways behind the turret. I think Jayce actually was able to maneuver around behind and just get out of tower range to finish that kill off. So if you guys are about to get tired of, don't run from your towers. It's a bad idea. Just lets them kill you without having towers attacking them. Now Jayce 3 kills up and is turning into quite the terror. And Quinn actually picking up the blue buff over Lux. J4 is running up into the top lane bushes, setting up for a gank.
And Jayce is going to come out and ward there real fast. So will he be caught up?
Jarvan on the return fire, and Jayce is sitting there taunting and laughing at the Jarvan, who he knows is still in that bush. And we do apologize for the little bit of lag we've had during the stream. Not sure what happened there.
And right now, again, Lux is looking very dead. She is going to have to back away from the Jayce after being slowed.
She does burn that flash. Lux can't even go anywhere near her minions. Jayce will not allow it. I mean,
and here is the bot lane Vi is going to go and use her ultimate onto the Vayne, getting her to her death. Caitlyn picking up the kill.
And I would invite Dom into this call, but I know he thinks that Piltover is going to win. And me and him would have to have some fisticuff action, yes. Meanwhile, Shadow Sox picking up Janna with the help of J4. There's too many J's in this game, I think.
Caitlyn picking up with the ace in the hole was just ridiculous on top of all that.
That was a great vault by Shadow Sox, but the ace in the hole cannot be dodged. And Jayce is actually proxy farming Lux right now, in between towers. Yeah, not farming minions, proxy farming Lux, everybody. This is the thing. And I can't
the tower in the mid lane is fairly low. Zhao going on Caitlyn just a little bit, and Caitlyn just receiving that as a threat and hitting him down to less than half in health. Demacia doesn't have a support player right now. They don't have anybody that's buying wards primarily. They have one ward on the map. And Blitzcrank pinking Demacia's pink ward, taking that out real quick like. Demacia has no wards on the map other than the one in bot lane bush. And that's very scary as someone who plays support mainly, not having wards for your AD carry to look out for stuff is just everything wrong with the game. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I mean, even if you're a solo lane, you gotta be buying wards, and neither solo lanes are buying wards right now. I mean, Quinn just placed one in the mid lane area, and she is going hard onto Janna. Janna has to Monsoon to get out of that, so. And to answer, I think that's Naked Farmer. First off, change your font. We don't allow that sissy green color to be in our chat. That is not allowed. That green color is the worst of colors. Secondly, I do believe this tournament that's coming up this Sunday is full. But you can sign up for a later tournament. And Lux is getting tower dived by Jayce. Jayce is on a rampage now at the 12-minute mark. Jarvan, Quinn, you guys are gonna have to get up there and help. I mean, this isn't the same Lux player we had last week, so there's a bunch of different mentalities behind the top lane Lux right now. Well, ended up, they're actually playing Jayce against Lux, which Jayce hard counters Lux.
due to the fact that even if Lux binds him, he can still Shock Blast, Acceleration Gate, and once that binding wears off, run through the Acceleration Gate, and there's a jump on her. Even when she binds him, he can still put out lots of damage towards her, so... And Cupcake Trap finding a Cupcake Trap in the bot lane bush. It was all a ruse. Since Zhao goes up to say hi. Vi's unable to defend the tower, or Vi's actually an enemy team. Oops. So Shadow Sock's actually at the left.
And now we have everyone in the chat using that ugly, hideous green color.
I hate you all. Anarchy and pandemonium going on in the chat. I'm actually going to exit the chat now. Goodbye. Yeah.
Well, one of them right now is one of our mods.
I don't care. I don't care. Mod, you're dying. Timing out everybody. I can't time you out. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done looking at the chat. Anyway, we do have Janna just beating up on Lux in the mid lane. Jarvan coming up to support. And it has the red buff. I think he's just going to run Janna down. Just infinitely. Meanwhile, Vi picking up the dragon uncontested with the help of Blitzcrank. Top tower going down for Demacia. Valor form does come out. Having to flee from Jayce. That bird is so fast. Piltover 11-5. Right around 5,000 gold in the lead.
And we do have a gank coming out on the top lane.
And that is a 3-man gank.
Come on, Sid, I believe in you.
Be up, man. No. Lux not responding fast enough. Quinn does flash over the wall. Finally does go out, and they do manage to shut down the beast that is Jayce. Vayne popping ultimate and Visor to respond. I don't think she's going to be able to get out of this one. She will fall down. Oh, maybe not. Tumbles out of the way of the Piltover Peacemaker. Does get picked up by the auto attack by Caitlyn. So Piltover is just kind of everywhere right now. And a blind is saying Piltover needs wards. Both teams need wards at this point in the game. Very little coverage on the map from anybody looking at a Dark Summoner's Rift here, so...
I mean, as of now, the only person who has the ability to do wards for Piltover is Blitzcrank. He does have that Ruby sidestep, but no one, and I repeat, no one for Demacia right now has been placing wards at all.
Reddit Ninja, please, please change the font. You're killing me. Thank you. I love you all. Thanks for trolling me. Built over 5,000 gold in the lead. Built over... Possibly listening in on the match. Definitely put a few more words out this game. The Baron... The top half of Summoner's Rift is pitch black right now. For both teams. We do have wards for Piltover in the bot lane. Jungle objectives are for babies. Well, Valor doesn't need wards, you're right. But the rest of Demacia doesn't have a flying bird to help him out. And Jarvan does ult on the Caitlyn here. Caitlyn flashes out. And nothing happens, they just walk away. So anticlimactic. Until Vi shows up to punch people in the face.
And we do look like Jarvan is going to be the one to take the full assault of all the fists.
Janna coming from the dragon pit, trying to pick up Jayce. Meanwhile, Vi does ult onto Vayne. Caitlyn coming in to help put down the damage, and Vayne does fall. Meanwhile, Quinn and Zhao are down in the bot lane. They're still outnumbered 3-2. They're gonna be forced to back away. Meanwhile, Jayce is pushing top, just kind of doing his thing. Dom, but I love you. Why are you not shoutcasting on this? He needs to be shoutcasting.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Meanwhile, another Demacian tower does fall. This is looking pretty grim for Demacia.
Again, earlier in the matches, we did have the RP trash talk coming out from both teams, and Piltover said they were going to bring it because Demacia right now, and it is pretty prevalent that they don't have means to advance.
And Samurai Waba just asked me if we're going to do custom games after this faction match. It depends. Yeah, if Guild Wars server magically goes down, probably. But I'm on a I'm on a little bit of a Guild Wars kick right now, and I apologize for that, everybody. I'm sure we will. I don't know if we'll stream them or not. It kind of depends on our cameraman if he wants to play some games with us after this. I don't know what time he works tomorrow. Noon, he says. So he might be down for a couple. We might be doing some raiding on Guild Wars, so there's that.
And we do have a fight coming down onto the Janna. She is being ulted by Cupcake Trap on the Jarvan. Zhao is going to go down, and it does look like Jarvan is also going to be picked up.
And Blitzcrank there to help secure that kill. Yeah, Jarvan falling.
And Caitlyn in the
first
bot
death.
lane looking fairly low. The ult coming out from Caitlyn after she barriered, and she is going to survive that fight.
Never. Oh, and the Lux tried to tip her and missed. Just barely. No. Oh, I can't believe I almost said that.
And now it's going to be a 3v2 in the mid lane, and it does look like this tower is going to be its target, and it might fall.
The Blitzcrank does land a pull onto Quinn. Quinn does form a Valor, but just dies. Dies to the...
Blue team's turret has been
And
The man
Caitlyn
that
in
is
the
dying.
bot lane has been tanking this tower, and she does pick it up.
And Naked Farmer, if you are wanting to join in the tournament, the next tournament, I'll go over all that after this match is done. Zhao's trying to find Caitlyn, and Caitlyn manages to pick up Zhao with no health, sitting in that bush, getting those extra headshot procs. Now Lux is being chased down by Vayne and Jayce. And Cupcake Trap, what are you doing? He runs through Piltover trying to make it to his tower. It is now the 21-minute mark, and Piltover's ahead by 12,000 gold. And Blitzcrank
Oh,
lands
the
another pull on
grab
the
was
Vayne.
perfect! That
It's
grab
Blitzcrank,
was
though.
just at max range, and it did its job.
Rustling Quinn's feathers over here. No good. Shadow Socks, you failed me. We have a long discussion that we have to have.
No more Zhao bot lane, please.
No, it's all Shadow Socks' fault. Even if it's not, it is. And Piltover taking Demacia's blue here. Quinn unable to respond quick enough.
And they are also going to pick up the dragon with that as well.
Oh,
Lux not able to steal it. They don't have any wards. They don't really know what's going on, and she was hoping just for a slight of chance to cure on that, and just misses with the binding as well.
Poor Lux. Just getting picked on all game. And Zhao and Jayce are fighting. That is the manliest fight I think I've seen in a while. And Jayce does pick up Zhao here. I don't know if you guys have ever... Jayce does get taken down by Valor here. If you guys have ever tried to say Valor Vayne
It's pretty hard.
in the same sentence, it is difficult.
And now Valor also still in the form coming down onto the Caitlyn is going to drop to her as well, but Lux getting the bind off. Will she be able to do much more? The trap coming out, picking up the Lux, and she is fairly low, and Jarvan does get it with the dunk from the ultimate.
And Vi responds with a dunk around. Assault and battery holding him under the tower. Falling. Janna flashes once again to try to secure a kill. The knockup does come out. And it looks like, yeah, she will fall down to Zephyr. Okay, I might have been hallucinating, but earlier in the game, Janna had Berserker Greaves and a Phoenix Codex, and now has cooldown boots and a Deathfire Grasp. The Blasting Wand. What's up with the boot changes, Captain Just? Meanwhile, Zhao is chasing down Janna. Janna's just kiting him around. Quinn is there to respond. Monsoon comes out and pushes him away and disengages that little skirmish there. Oh, there was the red blind. Janna did start with a red pot, which was slightly hilarious. And I don't feel like Berserker Greaves and Elixir pot is worth the gold to try to trade that out later on to cooldown shoes. Yeah, you get the extra attack damage from red pot, but I feel like Berserker Greaves, selling them and buying cooldown boots is just a waste of money. We're going to see Piltover make a push down in the mid lane. Naked Farmer, it depends on what you're trying to... Oh, Blitzcrank lands the pull onto Zhao. Zhao does ult.
And Blitzcrank replies with the ultimate zone, picking up the kill on that.
Yeah, Blind, I have to agree with you. Janna might be just kind of having fun at this point.
Blue team's inhibitor has been destroyed.
Okay, just to clarify and check, 'cause there seems to be a little bit of confusion. There's factions and LoL tourneys. LoL tourneys is a amateur league, and we do see Cupcake Trap falling down. Blitzcrank lands another pull onto Vayne. Vive finishing that kill. They are chasing down Quinn.
She is chasing the Quinn repeatedly. And Jayce picking it up with the dunk from the hammer. And Vi still alive, even with the ignite and tower hits going off on her.
I think this is going to be the end of the game here. Piltover can close this game out. Anyway, to clarify what I was talking about, factions and LoL tourneys are two different groups. Factions is what it sounds like. You fight for Demacia, Shadow Isles, any faction in League, and it's 100% community driven.
We do have Vayne with the ultimate on her, going out. Cupcake Trap is going to fall to Janna right here. And it's just a mess of bloody death. Panda on the Zhao picking up onto Caitlyn, and they are gonna just speed themselves away to safety.
And Piltover couldn't finish this game out. They're gonna have to go back, possibly try to get Baron and try again. Nexus towers are down, so Xpeke, go. What we're casting right now is the factions. Factions is actually having a tournament right now. Cupcake Trap. If you join the factions chat on League, the League client, it's just factions. You can ask somebody and they'll be glad to help you. We are LoL tourneys and we just kind of host the faction stream with us. So we do host those on Thursdays and possibly randomly throughout the week. So if you're looking to play in a tournament on Sunday to win the Triumphant Rise skin, you need to have a Ranked 5s team under Plat 5. So you have to be out of the placement matches. Yeah, I mean, there is matches, like I said, completely 100% community driven. So you do play matches all the time. You just need 5 people from 2 factions to fight it out all the time. And you do record the stats. And at the end of this arc, I do believe you're having a... one or two of the factions.
And we do have Quinn in the top lane, being knocked very low. Jayce still chasing. The ignite is on now on Jayce, and Quinn does pick up the kill.
And Quinn's gonna walk away!
Being condemned into that wall. The binding coming out as well. Will Vayne be able to pick this up?
Nope, she decides to auto-attack the minion there. And Caitlyn is at the Nexus, trying to take Nexus. Vi does show up, attacking minions instead of hitting the Nexus. Oh,
And Vaya's disconnected.
Vi disconnected right there. That's unfortunate.
And again, something we talked about last night, not sure if everyone's been watching, but now DCs and reconnects are not shown on the screen when they happen for the enemy. So they don't know that she's disconnected right now.
Yep. Well, I mean, I'd imagine that since she just ran back randomly after ulting, I think they might have known. And Lux picked up the kill onto Caitlyn. Quinn finding Janna all by her lonesome. Piltover, League of Throws. One more clarification. Ball tourneys is held every Sunday, or every other Sunday is when they start. And you do have you have to have your roster of players. You sign up each summoner, and you play against other teams in a tournament. Factions, you just kind of find 5 people from your own faction and duke it out with 5 people of another faction any time of day. 2 totally different things, guys. This is like watching Dignitas. Ooh, that was rough, Blind. That was rough. I agree, but that was uncalled for. A lot of hate towards Dignitas. And Jayce finding Zhao. I think he's gonna opt to just walk away. He doesn't know where the rest of Demacia is at. Piltover just needs to do Baron.
Once they do Baron, basically their rotation of what they need to do in this game is complete, and they can just go for that Nexus.
And I do believe Factions is basically just for fun. It's kind of just a community thing. As far as I know, prizes are not a thing right now.
And again, the Vi is disconnecting. So this is gonna be just about a 4v5 fight, except for Jarvan is gonna go down to the Caitlyn right there, and they're just gonna push inhibitor for inhibitor right now.
Naked Farmer, I do believe teams have already been made for this tournament. They do a tournament once a month, I think. I'll talk to Cupcake Trap about that. We do have a team fight coming out. Quinn is engaging onto Janna. Does manage to fall down to Jayce. That Quinn just died. Just evaporated.
She got made into chicken soup.
Oh god.
And the GGs are coming out. I'm sorry, I had to. I'm allowed one very bad pun per game.
I'll allow it.
And we did just have a Jarvan ult go up, and we had a Jayce just opt in to hammer smash right into there, and Vayne being chased into her own tower. Oh, that was beautiful. She does pick up the kill last minute on Jayce, and those are the GGs and the Nexus falling.
That was a 20,000 gold lead, close to in that game. Piltover, just smashing stuff. No good.
They just smashed their way to progress right now.
Smash their way to progress. You only allowed one bad joke a game.
Okay, the game is over. It's after talk.
Anyway, we are going to cut to a quick break. We'll be back here in a little bit. We're going to get the second game going. So give us just a little bit, guys.